So toss out video games and movies. I'm gonna probably just video games. I'm tossing out the systems like I don't know which ones I have still. Maybe Nintendo 64, Game Boy, PlayStation 2, even the PlayStation 3, Xbox. I'm just gonna probably recycle those. It's a bag full of video games. The Game Boy games are upstairs. Few movies that I haven't watched in a long time. Kind of a conspiracy movie about genetic and cloning. Stupid drug movie Below. I watched this as a teenager and kind of got spellbound by it. I never did that. The whole movie's about cocaine. It's just a terrible movie. But they glamorize it. They make it look like, oh, look at you get, you get like, it's nothing. They make it look like they're promoting it. And as a teenager, I should have saw it. I kind of did, but just would have been best if I never watched the movie. Would have been best, this game I have, this game alone, played so many times, and there's a skull in the background. Just a violent video game. These video games are violent. If they're not violent, they're about sorcery, Gnosticism, witchcraft, and this one, occultism. Let's see what else we got here. Simpsons, I started watching this when I was like, maybe, I haven't watched it in at least probably like 10 years, but, and I haven't seen, basically I haven't watched it in 20 years, but what ended up happening is, when I was a child, I watched the first few seasons, and then maybe 15 years ago, I bought it on DVD, and then I saw it when I was a little bit older and realized, okay, this show isn't how I really remembered it, and I didn't really care for it much. The Animatrix movies, I don't want to show that picture, just more propaganda. So I don't know if that picture got on there or not, I might have to edit it. I should have just known from the cover. How did I see it before? It's I think when you're young, it's hard, for whatever reason, it's hard to see this kind of stuff. And so I think it was recording it. I'm just going to toss this all out. I'm glad I feel good enough. I'm going to do it right now. Well, I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to put it in my car. So you do the same if you got video games. Don't be just storing them. I didn't get to it. I made excuses. It's not like I really like this stuff, but I didn't know. I could have done this a few years ago, so I'm just doing it today. Again, you should do the same. More stuff I'm tossing away. Let's see, it's still open. And you can see how many controllers I have. I don't even know what this is for. Some multi-tap or Nintendo maybe. Controllers. I never used to use a keyboard for the Xbox headsets. I hope Best Buy takes all this. Get rid of it. I don't want to just give it to someone because I know the problems video games cause, addiction, and I was just getting angry, and a lot of my big problems first came from video games, and that would have been anger, swearing, and getting mad, being disobedient to parents, seeing violent and wicked stuff, obsession. I'm just getting rid of this. I haven't played games in years, and I don't even care about them, but I don't want this to be around and then someone sees this and thinks, oh, maybe I don't like video games, and I don't want to give it to somebody because I know the problems it causes, so I'm just getting rid of them. Video games, I'm trying to show stuff that, just a picture of a devil on this game. Here's some 64 games. Again, this is junk. Can't wait to get rid of it. A little PlayStation 2. Look at it. Somehow, that was the online thing where I played 1,000 hours and a couple thousand probably in SOCOM. And, I'm going to call this a cursed object. Getting out of my home. And then look at, they made it this small. Look at it. And look at the size difference. Just a bunch of video games. There's just demonic video games left and right. Just get rid of them. You know, if you got some in your house, even the sports, yeah, sports too. Get rid of it. You know, I mean, why do you have to play something that's not even real, that looks real, hours and hours? It's not even real, right? Just get rid of it. I mean, I'm so sick of these sports games and everything. It's like, it's images, right? And it's idolatry for a lot of people, idolizing stuff like this. You know, wrestling too, get rid of it. Get rid of it, get rid of it, get rid of it. Get rid of these games. Oh, you might take a loss in money. I paid money for these, or your parents paid money. So what? You know, another demonic game. Just get rid of it, okay? These RPG games like Final Fantasy, Chrono Cross, Xenogears, Legend of Mana, stuff like that, they're a curse, okay? Just like this game, you know. It's a cursed object. I think it is. Just get rid of it. If you're a parent watching this, go through your kids' games, just toss them out. I mean, I had easily over 1,000 hours on this game. If not, probably 2,000 hours. I don't even know. Probably at least 2,000 hours. Addiction. Surprised the disc still. 8 hours, 10 hours a day sometimes. Oh, I might see my face, but that's okay. You know, just get rid of these. Get rid of these games. Remember this, how I got introduced to the PlayStation was at Target. This game was at Target. And you played it. And as a child, these games are just so addicting and appealing. And again, your child might not understand it, but just Time Splitter, one of the first PlayStation 2 games. I got it at midnight. It's a robot, and it's inappropriate here. And you could build your own maps. They make GoldenEye. Just get rid of them. Another RPG. Then I got my friends into this one. It's, again, just magic, sorcery, wicked stuff. Toss them out. Tomb Raider, you might have saw. Trying to sexualize children through video games. I'm tired of these video games. What about a racing game? No, toss it out. Okay. Breaking the law, speeding, playing a racing game. Would you do that in real life? No, probably not. Toss it out. Yeah, so tossing out more video games here. Crystal Rock, probably just get rid of. Mice. PlayStation 2. Hard drive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eternal hard drives. Some PlayStation controllers. Just get rid of them. That's it. Nice couple boxes. Cell phones, old ones. Flip phones. And then video games. Game Boys still work. I remember beating this game 3 times in a row once, I think. Try to get it out. Super Mario. They start you off with Super Mario, and it's like a gateway. Maybe they started you off with Donkey Kong. Then all of a sudden you're into RPGs, and totally inappropriate how she's dressed. Sorry about that. All these games. Pokemon, caught them all. 151 or 152. Caught them all. Probably 2,000 games of NBA Jam played. Probably the only soccer game I liked, but I don't like it anymore. Donkey Kong Country, 97% complete, I think. Something like that. Couldn't get to 100%. Some of these games I didn't even play. Get rid of them. Toss them up. Almost forgot about this system, my last system that I got, and it was telling me not to get it, like, because I already was kind of older then, and then I could see that these games were getting more realistic, and the violence was more realistic, and I gave in to the graphics, thinking that the graphics looked like not only graphics, but with the new system, you could do more like adventure and stuff. But the games that they make, such as maybe Elder Scrolls or Skyrim. Now I didn't play that, but the Grand Theft Auto, I remember playing it. It started off, with violence. Okay, it ends with violence, just because of graphics. But it was harder. It's easier to see with the graphics nowadays that it's wrong, that people get desensitized to it. And then I got Grand Theft Auto 4 and I played it for a while, and then I realized it was wrong, and I still played it for a while. Then I'm just like, I gotta stop this game. It's too violent, so I never got too far in the game. But a game like that, if you just want to drive the cars, well, you're still technically stealing the cars, and then they make it so you can't drive without running people over in the streets. I tried that. Well, I'm just gonna drive the car and try not to, but then you hit people. It's not even worth it. And Call of Duty. Then I got into with this one, Modern Warfare, and Uncharted. So maybe one of the Final Fantasies, Metal Gear Solid. So I'm thinking, some of this is 10 years ago. Some of it even maybe a little less. But I really wish I didn't get this last system. Well, I didn't, looking back, of course, none of them, but this was kind of a time where I knew better and where I kind of made the choice, and, well, where I was a full adult. But so I just warn you about that. When you get around the age of 20, maybe stuff that you got away with, you're not going to get away with. And some of the stuff that you were doing might come to you later and affect you years later, and all these violent video games over the years and stuff. Again, if you're a parent, just do it tonight. Don't wait. Toss this stuff out. If you're a Christian out there, you're not supposed to set anything wicked before your eyes. These video games are full of violence, sorcery, witchcraft, satanic themes. I'm just telling you, it's not. You're not taking a loss by getting rid of them. You're gaining by getting rid of them. So get rid of them. Get rid of your video games. Get rid of them.